Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't the smartest person out there, and recently she decided, when it was announced that Donald Trump was launching his own social media company, she gathered up $50,000 of her own dollars and invested in the digital world company that's going to be launching this social media empire for Donald Trump. $50,000. And believe it or not, she actually disclosed it. So I guess kudos to her for that, because we've seen far too many Republicans and even some Democrats recently making investments and then just, oops, forgot to mention that. So she did the right thing by disclosing the investment. It's just the investment itself wasn't a smart decision. Now, in the early day or so of the announcement of this company, investments, the stock basically went up 800%. 800%. Holy crap. Way to go, Marjorie. Tons of money there. But she didn't take her money out. She left it in there. And she rode that train all the way to the bottom. And it's now estimated that instead of cashing out and making a fortune, Marjorie Taylor Greene has lost roughly, according to estimates, about 7% of her investment. So we're talking a couple $1,000s, not a whole heck of a lot. But the problem she has now is that, one, if you cash out now, you're underwater. You've lost money on your investment because you love Donald Trump so much. But if you stay with it, well, things aren't exactly looking up for that particular stock. Things aren't looking up for Donald Trump's social media platform anyway. I mean, the thing got taken offline after being online for less than 24 hours because they didn't have the foresight to register their own names, at Donald Trump, at Donald J. Trump. And so a bunch of spammers came in, scooped up those names, and then they had to shut down the entire website, kick everybody off, ban anybody from even being able to register for a while. It's been a disaster from the start, and that's probably a good reason why it lost a lot of money after immediately shooting way up. There's also the fact that you have investors that are pulling out because they didn't know that when they had pooled all their money, they were going to end up investing it into a Trump project. Now, I know conservatives love to think that Donald Trump is the best businessman that has ever walked the face of this earth. But people who actually do this kind of thing for a living, investors, they're not so sold on him. Neither are banks, by the way. That's why Donald Trump has to go to those foreign banks to get money, because they know he's so bad at business. But idiot conservatives don't want to accept that fact. They don't want to look at the material evidence that, one, investors want nothing to do with him, and two, banks won't even touch him anymore. And that's how you get stupid people like Marjorie Taylor Greene to dump 50 grand into this idiotic project that, as we predicted from the start, is going to end up losing a lot of people a lot of money. There is no market for this product that Donald Trump is putting out. If we look at it from a completely business standpoint, take the politics out of it, which is difficult to do because it is obviously a very political thing, but look at the market itself for this. This is supposed to be a conservative free speech platform. You already have several of those that are all already failing. Parler, Gab, Frank Speech. So you've now flooded the market with products, websites, apps that nobody even asked for, that nobody's already using, even though there's plenty of other options out there. Which is likely why, as I've pointed out, that Donald Trump is still fighting desperately to get back on Twitter. Even he doesn't have faith in his own project. And that should tell you everything you know about the financial viability of it. If he had faith in it, if he thought Truth Social was going to be the next big thing, he'd drop his lawsuit against Twitter and just stick to Truth Social. But he knows he'll never have the audience there like what he had on Twitter. He'll have to build it from scratch, and he'll have to do it with only a tiny fraction of the users that Twitter has. My prediction is that by the end of this, Marjorie Taylor Greene and many other individuals are going to lose a heck of a lot of money. And honestly, can't even say that they don't deserve that.